Carl Caporal from Irvington, New York.
I'm Peter Caporal from Irvington, New York.
We both own this together. We've had it for 10 years now.
Yeah, 10 years.
The trailer we've had for three.
3 years, yeah.
This is its second season out. It's been a project, I wouldn't say complete restoration, but it's complete enough. In frame, complete brake job, you name it, it's been done.
The tractor was originally at a farm auction in South Dakota, was it?
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Yeah.
And the guy was a retired truck driver, and he just didn't want it to go to scrap, so he put a bid on it, and he won. And he flew out to South Dakota and drove it home all the way to Connecticut.
Were you looking for one of these?
Yeah.
Or?
We're looking for a Cabover. Yeah. And it just happened to be right in our backyard, 70 miles away.
We would have had it 12 years. When I saw the guy at McCungy, he had an old H model Mac there. And he said, it's for sale if you want it. I said, well, I am looking for an older Cabover, but not that vintage. I'm looking for 70s, 80s, and he said to me, what are you looking for? I said, well, white, anything Pete. He said, well, I have one. I have a Western Star Cabover. I said, well, I've been around trucks 40 years, 45 years. And I said, that's pretty rare. I said, what's it got in it for a motor? And he said 3406A Cat. And I'm not a Cat guy. I like the Cummins. I was always a Cummins guy.
Cummins.
I never cared too much for the Cat. So that was 2 years prior before I bought it. Then I saw him again at a show in Brooklyn, Connecticut. And I said, Eddie, you still have that truck? He says, yeah. He says, I got to sell it, getting divorced. And all right, well, let me give me your directions to your house. I'm going to go right by it on the way down. So I went by, gave me his directions. I looked at it, and cab was up in the driveway a little bit. We looked at it and opened the driver's door. That's all I needed. The interior wasn't ripped apart. He did a lot of cleaning in it because he said it was covered with farm dust in there. And the floor itself had about 2.5 inches of dirt in there. That's why the rug's so clean, because it was covered. That's what he said.
It was protected.
Yeah.
So, Cat or not, that was it. Made him an offer, and a week later went up and drove it out of his driveway and had it ever since.
Drove it home.
Originally, it was went to work for United Van Lines out in Phoenix. And the story we were told is the original owner got sick, passed away within a year, and the wife put it back where it was at the dealership. And this farmer bought it from Minnesota.
Bijou.
Yeah, somewhere in northwest Minnesota. He ran it for 10 years. He retired, and another farmer bought it 30 miles down the road.
Duran.
Duran,
Minnesota.
yeah. And he ran it for 10 years, and then it ended up on a farm auction site out in West Fargo, North Dakota. I think it was like Red River Valley Farm Auction.
Something like that.
And he put the bid in for it. He's a retired truck driver, and he drove it home from there. And it sat in his driveway. He was doing a little work here on it, and then when we made the decision to buy it after looking at the interior, we've had it ever since. And obviously did a little more than what it looked like.
And the work that you did on it, it's not like you just were able to go outside and work on your truck when you could. It was like a planned effort. This day we're going up to work on our truck,
it was
right?
a 3-hour drive to work on it. Yeah, that's...
It was in our friend's shop upstate, 3 hours from the house. Because we don't have no room down near the city to put it.
You can't tear it apart and leave it in the middle of my street. There's no place to, you can't do it.
So did you have to load up the pickup?
Load up. Oh, yeah.
Parts, hotel for the weekend,
And how long did the whole process take?
Well, that was 2013, and here we are, 2022, and last year was like just finished the complete brake job on it and everything. So 8 years. Yeah. The trailer we've had
quick.
Yeah, the trailer we had 3 years. Was sitting in a field out in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. 38 years, and it was just sitting.
About a year and a half we worked on the trailer.
Yeah, pulled a tandem out of it.
That was done in Pennsylvania. We didn't do that upstate.
You worked on the trailer in Pennsylvania?
At our other friend's house. Yeah. He dragged it out of there for us. We were at Louisville at the Mid-America Truck Show, and we were going to do it the following weekend. And then I get a call that he just moved it out today. And, the brakes had to be backed off on it and everything. And he took it 5 miles up to his house, and that's where all the work was done on it there.
Yeah.
And then when it was ready to leave, we came down with the truck that I worked for, the guy on the side, and I hooked up to it and took it up to the paint shop about 40 miles north of Fultonville. And that's where we did all the work, finished the work on it. The guy painted it. Same guy that painted the trailer painted the tractor back in 2015.
It was in the paint shop about 6 months. Yeah, it was there all winter. They changed the doors on it, and it was all. Yeah, it was. It didn't need much work. It was just almost cosmetic, and he said, we don't need the truck. Never tell the paint shop you never need the truck, We're pushing the limit there. Come May and it's not even painted yet,
Yeah.
So tell them you need the truck right away.
You say that the reefer unit could potentially?
Yes, it doesn't run now. It's all intact. It's got a 24 horsepower Perkins diesel in it. The compressor's there, the evaporator's there, the condenser's there.
It's complete.
The controls are there. It's a complete unit. It just hasn't ran in 35 years, so maybe a winter project. We'll see. But
Sitting next to this was a GMC Astro, and that was there. I don't know how long, 10 years, 12 years, and they just smashed the windows in it. They painted it up there, but they never touched this trailer until the day we went to move it, and they tagged it. Yeah,
but it came right off.
It was a little work, but it came off. Yeah. Imagine that. They smashed the everything. They destroyed that Astro, but they didn't touch this till he opened his mouth.
Yeah.
Never ever say those things.
Yeah, no. Yeah. No. But it was at Ronnie's house, for our friend's house there, for about a year and a half. New landing gear legs. Everything's new. The tire size was 1122 on it. It had Dayton's. So the Dayton's were gone. We put 1124 5s on it to match a tractor.
It's all rewired.
All rewired, all new airlines. It's all changed to LED. Everything's new. The camshafts, the maxis, air tanks, all new. Everything's new. So that's where it is today, and here it is.
You just don't see this combination anymore. I mean, 42-foot stainless trailers, it's hard to find. We were looking for a trailer like that for, about 5 years.
I mean, most of the rotted thing on this truck was the exhaust system.
Yeah.
It was just the mufflers, the elbows. It was all rotted. The clamps, everything was rotted on it. And that stainless steel exhaust system, from the flex pipe to the clamps to both mufflers, that's about, I think, I'd have to add up the bills, about $3,500 exhaust system on there. And, it's all stainless, so...
I mean, you don't see that anymore. I mean, look at that, the back of that cab with the snorkel and the exhaust. I mean, that's my favorite part of the truck, is that exhaust, the back of that cab. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, it came out nice.
Yeah.
You say you're finished, but
you're never
done. There's always something...
Love you too, guys. See you next time, Pete.
found all the gears. Wow, it's freaking awesome.